Hi YouTube, hello back again. Hope you enjoyed my last recipe because I got a new one for you. It's requested by a viewer named Anne, and she wants red velvet cupcakes with cream cheese frosting. And I'm here to make it for you. Okay, first part, we start off with the dry ingredients. We have 2.5 cups of flour that we have to sift into a bowl. Then we put 1.5 cups of sugar. Again, we sift it down because we want to make sure everything is nice and smooth and integrated. It may take a little while, but you know what? To get the right consistency, a few more minutes wouldn't hurt. Okay, after almost all this is in, we're going to add a teaspoon of cocoa powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. Back to sifting now. How easy was that? Done. First part. Now I have 2 eggs already cracked in the bowl. Now it's really important you measure things out ahead of time and correctly, because you know what? If you measure wrong, it's not going to come out so good. So we got 2 eggs in the bowl. I have 1.5 cup of vegetable oil that I'm pouring in there. I have 1 cup of buttermilk. You can use reduced fat or regular. Depends on if you want to drop a couple calories out of there. Now I have 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla. I have 1 teaspoon of distilled white vinegar. And now I have 2 tablespoons of red food coloring. That kind of gives it the whole thing a red velvet. Put that in there. Oh yeah. Nice big messy globs. Now I'm going to start off on 1, just kind of like this to get a slow beat, because you don't want to mix it too fast because you don't want to bruise it. You see how just a little red goes a long way. And that's it. Now you have this all mixed in together. It's all ready to go into the dry mix. So you can marry the dry and the wet together. And now we're going to incorporate our dry ingredients in 2 parts. If you just kind of dump it all in there, you might end up with a little lumpiness, but I like to break it down into 2 or 3 parts, because you know what? It just gives you a better consistency and a better overall texture. A little noisy, but you know what? Who's gonna complain? Now I'm adding the rest of it in there. Oh, you cannot believe the smell of the vanilla and the cocoa powder. It just gets a great smell to it. Remember, you don't want to overbeat. If you overbeat, you just kind of might kill off that fluffiness you want. Now what I'm going to do is scrape down the sides to make sure there's no flour or lumps in the sides of the bowl. And then I'm going to beat it a little bit more, and then we're done. No lumps, no bubbles, everything is nice and incorporated. And guess what? We're ready. And we just set it aside until we're ready to put it into our cupcake molds. Now I have my molds, and I have some cupcake liners to keep it nice and clean, and also helps get them out a lot faster. Now I put the mixture in a measuring cup because you know what? It's easier to pour, and how beautiful is that? Now as I'm doing this, I preheat my oven at 350. Now these take anywhere from 22 to 25 minutes, but in between time I like to take it over and turn over the tray. That way you make sure everything cooks evenly. Now I put these beauties in, and we're ready to go. Okay, now it's time for the frosting. I have 1 pound of cream cheese that I'm placing into the bowl. Then I have 2 sticks of butter. Now make sure this is room temperature, so it incorporates much better because it's nice and smooth if it is. Then I have 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla. Now I'm going to start incorporating 4 cups of sifted powdered sugar to kind of get it not to splash up all over the place. I like to incorporate in different parts, that way kind of like it's much easier and more smooth. Now it's all creamy and nice and smooth. You can see, a little time and effort. It's got this nice sheen to it, and also these little peaks that come out. Now while my cupcakes are still in the oven, they're not quite ready yet, I'm going to put this on an ice bowl. I've taken a metal bowl and I put in it, you can use a metal or plastic or whatever, put in the freezer, and I have this nice little ice bottom. I put this on top because you don't want your frosting to become too warm, because it makes it very difficult for you to frost your cupcakes. This keeps it between cool and room temperature. So the metal bowl conducts it to the glass. Now you can leave it like this until your cupcakes are cooled and ready. Now my frosting is nice and firm. My cupcakes are nice and cool. Can't believe how moist they are. Now I like to put the cream cheese in the middle and kind of work my way around. I like to put a lot of cream cheese because you know why? The more cream cheese you put on there, the more better they taste. And then afterwards, to finish it off, a little chocolate gold medallion here that you get from a store. Give it a little treat. Place that down. Then work on another one. Lots of cream cheese. Make sure it's like nice and creamy. Now look how easy it is to spread on there. A lot of people are intimidated by putting cream cheese or frosting on something. You know what? Can't mess it up. If you have too little, you spread it around. If you have too much, you know what? Have fun with it. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, or if you have any recipes you'd like me to make for you, or any positive feedback. And Anne, I hope you enjoyed these cupcakes as much as I enjoyed making them for you. Thank you, and please enjoy.